Thanks for joining us for CBN News Midday. I'm Mark Martin.
And I'm Lori Johnson. The U.S. is strongly condemning the killing of 4 American citizens by Somali pirates. It is urging the world to bring the maritime criminals to justice, while family and friends are remembering the victims. Here's Charlene Israel.
Scott and Jean Adam had been living on the ship and sailing the seas together since 2002. They were on a mission to travel to ports around the world, seeking fertile ground for the Word of God and homes for their Bibles. Also on board, 2 friends from Washington State, Phyllis McKay and Bob Riggle. Family and friends of the murdered Americans are devastated.
My grandma wants you all to know that the world is an empty place without my aunt here. She's the oldest of the siblings, and my grandma is very devastated.
Jean and Scott, members of Del Rey Yacht Club since 2001, were wonderful people and very dedicated to serving mankind by trying to better the world with their humanitarian efforts. Though they had been sailing around the world for 7 years, Del Rey Yacht Club was their home away from home.
In Santa Monica, fellow church members of Scott and Jean Adams say the couple was living their dream.
They wanted to make some difference, and they chose this as the way that they could make that difference. Beautiful people, joyful couple. I just love both of them so much and their family, and so our prayer goes out in a special way to that family today and to our community and to this world. You know, it's a dark moment, and there's a huge tragedy.
A dream that ended too soon. Charlene Israel, CBN News.
In other news, the killing of a Coptic priest has triggered thousands of Christians to take to the streets of southern Egypt in protest. About 3,000 demonstrators scuffled with Muslim shop owners and smashed car windows in the city of Asut. They believe the priest's death represents a divide between Egyptian Muslims and the smaller Christian community. The U.S. State Department is evacuating American citizens from Libya today. Dictator Muammar Gaddafi's violent crackdown on protesters has left at least 300 dead. In a TV address Tuesday, Gaddafi promised to fight to the last drop of blood and to die as a martyr. He also accused foreign governments of instigating the protests. Meanwhile, the U.S., France, and the United Nations have condemned Gaddafi's use of violence.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is accusing Iran of exploiting the tensions in the Middle East for its own ends. He's citing Iran's decision to send warships through the Suez Canal to Syria as the first step. CBN News' Chris Mitchell reports now from Jerusalem.
Prime Minister Netanyahu says Iran is trying to take advantage of the turmoil spreading throughout the region.
Iran seeks to exploit the earthquake that is now possessing the great swath of earth from Afghanistan to the Maghreb. And it is seeking to bring down democratic reform. It is seeking to prevent it. It is seeking to shut down the lights and create another era of darkness like the one we have in Tehran.
Israeli intelligence services said they were closely monitoring the 2 Iranian warships. While they pose no serious military threat to Israel, they represent a symbolic statement by Iran and signal a profound change in the Middle East.
The old political maps of the Middle East should be folded and put away. New ones should be opened. We are looking at new lines in the map because of the political earthquakes that we saw in Tunisia and Egypt. And it's very likely that the government of Iran will want to continue with such acts in order to embolden its position in the Middle East vis-a-vis groups such as Hamas and Hezbollah.
Iran says the warships are heading for a training mission in Syria, and it marks the first time since 1979 that Iranian warships have passed through the Suez Canal. Chris Mitchell, CBN News, Jerusalem.
A Muslim Iraqi immigrant has been convicted of second-degree murder for running over his daughter, killing her and her friend. Prosecutors called the crime an honor killing. They say Falah al-Maliki killed his 20-year-old daughter because she dishonored him by becoming too westernized. Authorities say he was angry because she refused an arranged marriage, went to college, and had a boyfriend he did not approve of.
We, the jury, duly impaneled and sworn in the above entitled action, upon our oaths, do find the defendant, Falah Hassan al-Maleki, as to count 1, second-degree murder, a domestic violence offense, as to victim Noor Falah al-Maleki, guilty.
Al-Maleki will be sentenced today in Arizona.
The battle between Republicans and unions has spread from Wisconsin to Indiana and Ohio and beyond. The Republicans are trying to balance their state budgets, but unions are fighting their attempts to take away their bargaining rights. Jennifer Wishon has the story.
It's a game of political chicken in Wisconsin that's spreading across the Midwest. Democratic Wisconsin state senators remain holed up in Illinois. They're stalling a vote on Governor Scott Walker's budget cuts designed to close the state's $137 million deficit.
We had to come to the land of Lincoln because we felt that the values and traditions of Wisconsin were being threatened.
But Republicans worry traditions won't matter if the state's spending isn't reined in. The GOP has enough votes to pass Walker's bill, but without a quorum in the Senate, they can't send it to the governor's desk.
I'm really upset. I've been coming here for a week, and honestly, Walker hasn't even considered listening.
Walker's bill requires most state workers to contribute more to their pensions and health insurance. It also strips their right to collectively bargain anything but their salaries. And now the governor has upped the stakes, warning that some state employees could start receiving pink slips next week if his bill isn't passed soon. As more states work to trim spending, protests have spread. In Ohio, unionized state workers are fighting a bill that effectively ends their collective bargaining rights.
If you have no say in your benefits, if you have no say in your wages, you have no say in your working conditions, they're just going to continue to get worse and worse and worse. It's a race to the bottom.
But Republican Governor John Kasich says the bottom is where Ohio will end up if the state doesn't get its fiscal house in order.
I'm spending a lot of time talking to companies here that are being courted by other states. If we keep losing jobs, we won't make it as a state.
In the Indiana State House, Republicans repeatedly called the roll Tuesday.
Representative Reekin.
Show Representative Reekin is absent.
But only 3 Democrats were present. The rest left the Capitol to allow legislation banning collective bargaining rights to expire. And in New Jersey, Governor Chris Christie has announced major cuts to union employee benefits.
There can no longer be 2 classes of citizens, one that receives rich health and pension benefits and all the rest who are left to pay for them.
Meanwhile, in California and Massachusetts, pro-union rallies formed in solidarity with union workers in other states. Union workers are warning Republicans they'll remember efforts to strip their bargaining rights come election time. But political scientists say cost-cutting measures will also help Republicans with conservative voters, including influential Tea Party activists. Jennifer Wishon, CBN News.
For more on this story, we turn to Richard Noyes. He's with the Media Research Center. Thanks for joining us, Richard.
Thank you for having me.
Well, how do you think the media is handling these protests?
Well, I think they're certainly giving them a lot of attention, but the contrast is the way they covered the very visible Tea Party protests over the last couple of years. The Tea Party, when they were out campaigning against Obamacare or against big government spending, were frequently vilified. Reporters would find inflammatory signs in the crowd and use that as an excuse to sort of smear the entire group as extreme. They zeroed in on pictures of President Obama as Adolf Hitler, signs likening him to a socialist or a communist, things of that nature. If you look at the signs in Wisconsin, you've seen signs painting Governor Scott Walker as Adolf Hitler, signs calling him Joseph Stalin, and yet you haven't seen any criticism of the protests for being inflammatory or going beyond the pale of regular politics. Instead, they've been talking about how they're fighting for rights, and it's a much more sympathetic portrayal of the protesters. And the enemy in this story is the governor who's trying to balance the budget.
And are you seeing this across the board on most of the major networks?
Well, we looked at ABC, CBS, and NBC. Through Monday night, they'd run 53 stories on these Wisconsin protests. A few of them did include visuals of these extreme and inflammatory signs, exactly the same sort of thing they were complaining about during the Tea Party days, but there was no commentary at all, not a single word of disapproval or even remarking about the extreme nature of these signs.
Well, when you talk about the truth of the difference between the protests, proportionately, how many of those inflammatory signs were there with the Tea Party movement and protests compared to the ones in Wisconsin right now?
Well, in the case of the Tea Party, a lot of them were sort of single issue signs or single event signs. I know a lot of the Obama equals Hitler signs were actually from an extreme group affiliated with Lyndon LaRouche, not the Tea Party, not conservatives. So they were an aberration. Here, I'm not on the ground, so I can't really figure out where these match in. On the other hand, you've got labor unions are there. You've got the Organizing for America. The National Democratic Party has apparently sent some people. And, so this is something that is at the highest levels of the sort of the liberal establishment there. And there seems to be no reaction to these signs at all.
There is a lot at stake. All right, Richard Noyes with the Media Research Center. Interesting analysis. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Coming up, why this little girl's life was on the line and how a unique Israeli organization helped save her life.
In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth.
These are the greatest stories ever told. Presented by Academy Award winner Charlton Heston.
Thus saith the Lord of Israel, let my people go.
Join Charlton Heston as he travels the sacred lands of the Bible.
I'm going to take you with me on a journey exploring the stories in the Bible and the ancient land where they happened. This is said to be the very garden. This, the very rock where Jesus prayed for strength.
Now the Bible comes to life like never before. Time Life presents Charlton Heston's The Bible.
And Moses cast the tablets from his hands.
Praised by critics, this landmark TV series is now available on digitally remastered DVDs. You'll be inspired by the greatest stories from the Old and New Testaments, enhanced by historic works of art. Get Charlton Heston Presents the Bible on 4 DVDs for $49.99. Call with your credit card and save $10.
And Abraham stretched forth his hand and took the knife to slay his son.
And that's not all. You'll also get a free bonus DVD that takes you behind the scenes. And if you call in the next 10 minutes, we'll ship for free. That's an additional savings of nearly $7.
For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever and ever.
Call now to get Charlton Heston's The Bible on 5 DVDs for just $39.99. Call in the next 10 minutes and we'll ship for free.
Now therefore go, and I will be with thee.
Call 1-800-748-5167 to order Charlton Heston Presents the Bible for $39.99 and receive free shipping when you call in the next 10 minutes with your credit card.
Nine-year-old Esther was in congestive heart failure and given only a few months to live.
That's when a unique Israeli organization stepped in to save her. As CBN correspondent Julie Stahl reports, that little girl from Africa joined the 2,500 Christian, Muslim, and other children helped by Save a Child's Heart.
These children look happy, healthy, and active. But just weeks ago, each one of them faced death. They needed open-heart surgery, and they got it through Save a Child's Heart in Israel.
The idea behind Save a Child's Heart is to provide life-saving heart surgery for children from developing countries.
That was the case with Esther, a Christian from the Maasai tribe in Tanzania. Rheumatic fever damaged her heart, and she couldn't get the necessary help in her own country. She became the 2,500th patient of Save a Child's Heart.
Her heart was huge. She was very limited in a very simple task. Even simple walking, it was difficult for her.
Sister Angelica runs the children's home where Esther lives. She heard about the program from a volunteer who just happened to be riding the same bus from Kenya to Tanzania. Angelica contacted Save a Child's Heart and learned a team was actually heading to Tanzania to climb Mount Kilimanjaro 2 days later. One of the doctors, Dr. Godwin Godfrey, is Tanzanian.
Actually, for me, it looks like a miracle.
They met Esther, saw she needed surgery urgently, and 2 months later, she was in Israel. Dr. Lior Sasson operated for hours, reconstructing the valve in Esther's heart.
Now she can live a normal life. She would have to take preventive medicine that her valve would not be affected again.
Executive Director Simon Fisher says more than 50% of the children treated have been Palestinian from the West Bank and the Gaza Strip.
We believe that Save a Child's Heart has a very positive message which it sends out from the Middle East, from Israel, about people working together from different nationalities and different religions for the best of our children.
Part of the program's goal is to train doctors from developing countries, like Dr. Godfrey, who will work in Israel for 5 years.
This training will be one of its kind for my country, so hopefully when I go back, I will actually start the open heart surgery also for the young children.
Before and after surgery, the children live in this house, usually with a parent or caregiver. House mother Laura Cassis says the change in the children is amazing.
You see the children going home healthy. You know, you see children that sometimes can barely walk, practically running to the gate and to the minibus to go to the airport, and they're smiling and they're looking forward to going home, and you know that they have a future.
Less than 2 weeks after her surgery, Esther was dancing with her newfound friends and sang us a song she sings at home.
I've got peace like a river, I've got peace like a river, I've got peace like a river in my soul.
Julie Stahl, CBN News, Holon, Israel.
I'm George Thomas in the Siberian tundra, and coming up on the broadcast, an amazing look at how God is moving amongst remote tribes on the Arctic Circle.
What makes the miracles of Jesus even more miraculous? Standing where they happened, in Israel. Come explore Jerusalem, where Jesus opened blind eyes. Visit the hills of Galilee, where Jesus fed the multitude. Stroll through Capernaum, where Jesus lived and taught and healed. To learn more about standing where it all happened in Israel, visit www.goisrael.com. Come visit Israel.
Endless pools are an incredible alternative to traditional pools, making it easy and inexpensive to swim at home. Call our toll-free number or visit our website. A free idea kit and DVD will be sent to your home so you can discover all the benefits of owning your own pool. Compared to traditional pools, endless pools are simple to install, easy to maintain, and economical to run. Our precision-engineered pools enable you to swim or exercise against a smooth current that adjusts to any speed and ability. Endless pools are perfect for year-round health and fitness, relaxation, and family fun. Our free idea kit and DVD will show you how easy it is for the whole family to enjoy a pool right in your backyard or home. An endless pool or an endless pool swim spa can become a showplace for your home. Call our toll-free number or visit the website to find out more about endless pools. The free idea kit will show you just how easy it is to be able to swim at home.
What makes the miracles of Jesus even more miraculous? Standing where they happened, in Israel. Come sail the Sea of Galilee, where Jesus calmed a raging storm. Experience Jerusalem, where Jesus restored a paralyzed man. Explore Capernaum, where Jesus spoke a centurion servant into health. To learn more about standing where it all happened in Israel, visit goisrael.com. Come visit Israel.
Welcome back. Right now, we're going to bring you a story you won't see anywhere else, from a place where temperatures often fall to 60 below zero and winter seems to last all year.
That's what life is like in northern Siberia. But one man there is braving those frigid temperatures to share the gospel with remote tribes. And George Thomas traveled to the far reaches of the Arctic Circle to meet him.
Locals call this place Yamal.
There are no roads here. People use frozen lakes and rivers to get around on reindeer or snowmobile.
Latitude 70 degrees north. Longitude 70 degrees east. The Yamal Peninsula sits in the deep, frozen Siberian tundra above the Arctic Circle.
So I've got about 4 layers on here. Putting on my last layer of clothing.
The temperature here fluctuates between minus 30 and minus 60 degrees Fahrenheit.
Never worn so many clothes like this in my life. But we're almost ready.
It's a little after 6 a.m. Peter Hudi, our Siberian guide, does last-minute checks.
That right there, folks, is reindeer skin. This is our sleigh. I mean, in essence, this is how we're going to be traveling into the tundra on the back of this.
The sleigh is attached to a snowmobile.
I have to make sure we have enough rope and other emergency supplies in case we get stuck.
Is this dangerous?
Это опасно.
Опасно, да?
Yes, it is.
Our destination this morning, a 4-hour journey deep into the wilderness to meet a nomadic family. 2 hours into our journey, we stop for a brief moment.
It's about 9:25 in the morning. 9:25 in the morning, and the sun has yet to rise. And we're hoping to catch that before it rises. Let's go.
The sun here shines only for a few hours during the winter. When it does appear, normally around noon, the sunrise, well, it's something to behold. Peter belongs to the largest nomadic tribe called the Ninets. He's more than just a guide. You see, he's a Christian. And for the last few years, he's been sharing the gospel of Jesus Christ with his tribe and others who live here in the tundra.
When I became a Christian, God gave me a new heart. He also gave me a new heart for my people. I go out on my snowmobile meeting these nomadic families and telling them about the love of Christ.
The Ninets are nomadic reindeer herders. The word Ninet means child of a deer.
This is, in essence, the lifeblood for the Ninets people here on the Siberian tundra, because their meat as well as their skin fetch a lot of money in the villages.
Our food, clothes, shoes, homes, our transportation, everything comes from them. Without reindeer, we cannot survive.
And learning how to survive in the tundra begins at an early age.
All my children were taught from a young age how to live in the harsh conditions. It is our way of life, but if you are not careful, you can die out here.
The women take care of cooking, sewing clothes, and putting up the teepees. The men are hunters and care for the reindeer. And when it comes to skinning the reindeer, the entire family is involved. The hide is used to make the teepees and clothes.
We use every part of the animal.
Peter is among a handful of evangelists reaching the Ninets people. He's been visiting Ustinia's family for a few weeks now.
He comes here to tell us about God. We have good conversations.
He's supported by a local Siberian church and Russian ministries, an organization focusing on spreading the gospel in the former Soviet Union. He says it all begins with friendship evangelism.
I brought presents for all the children today. Each box is filled with toys, school supplies, and a children's Bible. We have to build relationships first.
Modern technology, such as the snowmobile, cell phone, and generator, have certainly made life a little easier on the tundra.
Before, I had to rely on reindeer to get around. Now the snowmobile allows me to travel farther distances to meet families.
There are no verifiable numbers, but Peter estimates some 500 Ninets people have accepted the Lord in recent years.
there are still thousands more who have yet to hear about Jesus.
So for now, he continues to traverse the harsh landscape of the Siberian tundra in search of more people to share the good news of faith in Jesus. George Thomas, CBN News.
Millions of women worldwide love Bare Minerals.
This is smooth, it's nice, and it covers. I like that.
Only Bare Minerals looks like beautiful bare skin, while it covers whatever you want it to. And now you can get our latest kit with our totally new, totally spill-proof Click Lock Go Foundation for over 75% off retail. Our new kit comes with Bare Minerals Foundation in the shade that's just right for you. Warmth for a healthy glow. Mineral Veil, the ultimate finishing touch, and Bare Minerals Flawless Application Brush. Call now and get 3 full-size gifts worth $57.95 free. Purchased separately, you'd spend over $120. Our original Get Started kit was a great deal at 2 payments of $29.99. But now you can get all this for just 1 payment of $29.99. Save over $90 and get a 30-day money-back guarantee.
Call 1-800-376-4174. Ask how you can receive this handy compact. Call 1-800-376-4174 now.
It's impossible to close an open can with a pop top. Open cans spill in the fridge. What a mess. And open cans lose their fizz. What a waste. Introducing Bottle Top. It turns your can into a bottle with the snap of a cap. Open metal cans can't travel. What a waste. Bottle Top turns your can into a bottle that's perfectly portable. You can't do this with an open can. Bottle Top lets any soda keep its carbonation. Look, bugs are gross, but Bottle Top protects your drink from insects. When you're done drinking, just pop it off. Rinse under hot water and reuse. Bottle Top keeps drinks from spilling. Now get 6 colored bottle tops for just $10. Call now and get 6 more. Plus, we'll send you the can top popper. Just pay separate shipping and handling. You get 12 amazing bottle tops, plus the can top popper, all for just $10.
Call 1-800-377-9176. But hurry, call now. We're giving away a bonus 6 more bottle tops and the can top popper with today's orders. That's 1-800-377-9176. Call now.
Well, you've heard it before. Life isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. But for one New York woman, it's actually both. She's just broken the world sprinting record.
Yeah, but it wasn't her speed that earned her the title. It was her age. Meet 95-year-old Ida Keeling. She holds the record as America's oldest sprinter. Wow. Believe it or not, Ida started running 30 years ago at the mature age of 67. Look at her go. Now she stays fit by riding her small stationary bike, using free weights, and her secret weapon, running the hallways of her apartment.
It was always teenagers in all the groups, and I was always the oldest person. So I just close my eyes and say, count your blessings, Ida, count your blessings. Stay alert and focus, and that's it.
Wow, 95 years old. Ida lost her husband at an early age. She says she knows he's proud of her for shattering any myths about senior citizens. Lori, she's definitely done that.
And what an inspiration for all of us. You go, girl!
Get out there and do it no matter what age.
That's right.
That's right.
Well, that's all the time we have for this edition of CBN News Midday. You can find information on all the stories you've seen right here at cbnnews.com.
Thanks again for watching. Have a great day.
We created this website as a place where kids can learn the Bible in a whole new way.
Kids will love Superbook.tv. Their games, the ability to create your own personal Superbook characters. We even have a place for kids to listen to music on Superbook Radio.
Superbook is CBN's animated series that teaches the Bible through the eyes of 2 friends and their robot sidekick. We're going to tell stories all the way from creation to Christ's return.
The website also teaches kids life lessons. Parents can spend time online with their kids learning about the Bible.
Superbook and Superbook.tv are entirely gospel-centered, and by supporting it, you'll help bring God's Word to children all over the world.
We're reaching a new generation with the gospel of Jesus Christ. Together, we can give today's kids the truth of the Bible in a fun and exciting way that will change their lives.
Visit Superbook.tv today.
Finding video on CBN.com just got easier. We've taken all our video, the 700 Club, news, testimonies, teachings, plus our 24/7 channels, and put them in one convenient location, CBN TV. Watch what you want, when you want. It's all simple to find, and now easier than ever to email a story to a friend. CBN TV on CBN.com.